I left home when I was 18 years old, and miscommunication with my father, brothers, and we've been far from each other for a few years, and then this year...
Was there no communication?
Not at all, no. We tried, but it was tough. I was pretty sad about the way our family was destroyed at that time. So when you're 17 or 18 years old, you don't know a lot of things. I couldn't communicate very well with them. Then one of my brothers, he had a pretty serious car accident in April, and I thought it was time for me to go and see them. And it was like in a few minutes, it was like nothing happened. So I invited my brothers and my sister to the French Open, and they saw me playing for the first time in 7 years. And French Open 2007 has been special because of that, because I wanted to win for them. So when I won the match, it was one of the best feelings I've had in my career, because just the fact that my family was in the stands, and I knew my dad was watching, and I could just share my joy with a lot of people, and just in my speech, and just tell them, well, I missed you guys, and you're back in my life, and I'm so happy, and I love you so much. So it was very emotional, and also I thought a lot about my mom, that would be so proud and so happy to see her family together again, a strong family.
One night to be confused, one night to speed up truth. We had a promise made, 4 hands and then away.
So do you feel like your life is kind of complete again? Is it feeling that...
It is. This year has been so special for me, with my family back in my life. It's been strong emotions, bad ones, good ones. At 25 years old now, I can tell you I'm very happy, maybe for the first time really since my mom passed away, so it's just great news.
How difficult do you think it is to have a relationship on the tour?
Yeah, it's really tough, I would say. I think it's very complicated to have to be involved really 100% in your relationship, in your marriage, and also being 100% involved in your career. My marriage was very important because I really needed to find a lot of stability and a lot of security, which I got. Sometimes you don't grow up at the same, with the same needs, and you don't want the same things, but it's fine now, even if it's tough to take this kind of decision. I think that it's for better. I think a divorce is tough for everyone, but when you have to compete in front of 20,000 people, my mind was somewhere else.
On part en mission, avec du son d'exception, dissection subite, nos espions sont en faction.
When I won the Olympic gold medal in Athens,
Was it nice being around other athletes?
It was just great. It was the best experience, a human experience in my tennis professional life, because we were just 50 athletes in Belgium, a small country. So,
but it was the Olympic team. 50.
Yeah, 50. Yeah.
So you knew everybody.
A little bit more next year, but I knew everybody. And being in a group, and I'm in individual sport, and that's not easy all the time. You're alone on the court, and I was alone on the court in Athens, but I could feel the whole country behind me.
We were talking upstairs about your height, and how young girls looking at you now will look up to you, because it's so far to look up to any of the other players, because they seem extraordinary creatures, the players who are now all over 6 foot.
Everyone has a chance to do it, and I proved it. I had to work harder probably than the others, because I wasn't that tall and I wasn't that strong. All the players are so tall, so strong, and they're hitting the ball so hard, but I can hit the ball pretty hard myself.
Voilà.
The relationship that you have with Carlos, 11 years in this sport, is incredible. To be able to stick through the tough times and not walk away.
I think it's one of the key for me. We are a team. I never consider myself as just myself on the court, as in an individual sport. We are so close. I can call him if I have a problem at 3 o'clock in the morning. It would be there for me. And respect has been the key between the two of us. It's been the word. And And I see a lot of players being with a coach for 3 months and then with another one for 6 months, and they don't have any more respect. And I think it's pretty sad because my coach is doing a lot of sacrifices for me. He's with me this week in Zurich, and he's not with his kids and his wife. But I think he deserves that I give my best all the time.
There's more to you off the court, obviously. What else do you like to do in your spare time?
I have my foundation, Justine Winner's Circle, and that's a foundation for kids who have cancer. Just want to be close to these kids, so I go to the hospital. I go with them every year for 10 days in July in a camp. We just try to make them live normally, and it's a hard experience, but I love to do it. That's very important for them. I wish between 3 and 5 years when I'm going to retire. I think I'm going to be tired of traveling and tired of being away from the people I love, and then I hope to have some kids one day, so it's going to be probably something that is going to help me to take my decision.
Steffi Graf was your hero, and you're now a hero to a generation of young people. It's a great thing though to realise your dream to that extent.
I don't realize that much because I keep a lot of humility, and sometimes when I realize when a kid is coming to me and asking me an autograph and almost crying, almost shaking, or like I was when I saw Steffi for the first time, it's an honor for me. It's also a lot of responsibilities. Tennis is important, that's for sure, but it's important to remain the same person. A lot of people changed, being famous and these kind of things, and I would never change. That's the thing that I'm sure about. I will never change for any reason.
I kind of came away with one word, which was champion. That's all that was ringing in my ears, having been in her presence.
Yeah, it's a fantastically put together film, really lovely. But the one thing, there was a little telling note, a little choke in her voice. She said, my mother was concerned about my commitment, that it would be basically for nothing. So her mother died when she was 12, so that means her mother was concerned for a couple of years, because while she was fighting cancer, she would have been concerned more about her own health and trying to survive. And that was a really telling little note. And it reminds you, we sometimes give tennis a bit of stick on this show, and sometimes tennis gets a lot of stick in the papers for either being boring or repetitive. But the elite tennis players, the men and the women, the 6 or so elite, they've made sacrifices since they were